It's Kwame Selassie, the Black Hippie. He's just here with another video. You see the glow. I'm in the sun, enjoying the weather. I want to talk about real quick mini lecture about spiritual practice and the difference between spiritual practice and religion. Spiritual practice is very much aligned with true spirituality. Many people will say that they are spiritual, yet they don't have a spiritual practice. Now, what is a spiritual practice? First, let me define something real quick. Spirituality has a lot to do with our energy, which is the energy allowing us to breathe. That's where we get the word spirituality. Is from pneuma in the Greek. It's to breathe. It has a lot to do with one's internal ascension upwards within themselves that manifests outwardly, right? Something that allows, hope that's not too loud, them to raise their, as I'm here in the East, raise their ki. Now the ki is the energy. Raise your energy, raise your vibration to a state to where you can then transform with it, right? As this is all about spiritual transformation. Now, we often get spirituality and religion confused or put them in the same basket, and let me explain a little difference here. After coming out of religion, actually being in Christianity for a long time, I was in doctrines and dogmatism, which has a lot to do with mind control, which I'll talk about later. And in truth, that isn't even true religion. That is actually what it is, mind control. People can't think for themselves. People can't think for themselves, and what happens is they end up following the commandments, command mind, mentality, mente. We get into all the etymological breakdowns later. I'm getting a lot of wind. I hope that's not in this video. But we have to understand that there's a difference between religion and spirituality, and even dogmatism, which pretty much a lot of you're going to find in modern day religion. Religion is for epigenetics, and that is what I'm going to go into more later on. Epigenetics is an environmental change by which you change genetically over time, and I'm going to get into that more later. That's something that's a little bit deep for right now in this short video. But the whole point of this video is spiritual practice. I laid a foundation there that is different. Spiritual practice is different than religion and dogmatism, which doctrines and things like that. Spiritual practice has a lot to do with an individual, right? Finding something that raises their vibration, which is changing their raising their internal ki, or what I call HZ, internal HZ, to a higher place, so that one does not abide or live in a lower state of consciousness or a lower mentality, lower vibrations, whatever you want to call it. That gets us into things like envy, jealousy, looking outwardly instead of within, right? Spirituality is an inward focus. This is why people meditate. This is why people decide to go on a spiritual quest like I'm doing right now. This is a part of my spiritual practice. Is traveling and then incorporating the things that I learn into actual practical, tangible things that I can measure, right? Many people say they have spirituality, but really they don't. And if you don't do anything, if you're not doing spiritual practice, all you have is something as a placeholder for religion in your mind, which you say you're spiritual, in which you don't do anything. Now, spirituality is tangible practice. That could be meditation, that could be yoga, that could be prayer, that could be like what I was doing. When I was in the West, I was doing cannabis, I was mushrooms, probably more DMT, many different things to help me raise my vibration. It took me from really low to a very high place in my eternal AC. But I no longer have to do those things as I'm in the East now. There's none of these things available, in which I will not do them here. They come with a very hefty price. But my spiritual practice now has a lot to do more still with meditations, using mudras, different, still always prayer, as my sensei, Jesus, has taught me, is to pray. Prayer and meditation. These things allow me to continue to raise my internal vibration upwards, as what spirituality actually does. I am sorry for this noise. I just want to get this talk out. Maybe I might publish, maybe I might not. But just a quick talk on spirituality, religion, dogmatism, doctrines, mind control. But the most important thing is spiritual practice. What are you doing that you can do every day that you can actually measure the results of change? That is your own unique individual spirituality if you find yourself, help you grow. And that is what we all should be on, is a spiritual mission, some way, somehow. It doesn't have to have anything to do with a deity, with dogmatism. That's not necessary with your spiritual practice. What is important is finding something on this earth to get you out of a lower state of consciousness, which breeds all the destruction that we see around us. So this is Kwame Selassie, the Black Hippie. He's just here once again with the video while I'm in the East. Raise your key, get your Dragon Ball Z, charge your energy up, get it going. Peace out.